I'm Beverlee, a student physical therapist, and today we're going to be working with our patient Vivian, and we're going to be working on bridging in bed for functional reasons to increase her trunk stability and strength, and also for her glute strength, so that she can increase her mobility in bed, and also she can increase pelvic range of motion that's needed for necessary functional and safe gait. So our goal for this patient is that they will be able to be modified independent with scooting in bed within 3 weeks in order to increase bed mobility. Okay, Vivian, so what we're going to do is I'm going to be helping you with gait. So we have your legs positioned in hook line, and what I want you to do is go ahead and keep your legs together, and we're going to be working on lifting your bottom up from the mat, and I'm going to be helping you by facilitating your strength in your legs and these muscles and putting some pressure through here and pulling here and helping you lift up through here, okay? Okay. So on the count of 3, I want you to go ahead and put some pressure into your feet and lift your bottom up, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good. And then go back down. Good. Is that okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. Up. Good. One more time. 1, 2, 3, up. Good, and down. And I'm doing this on her right side because this is the more involved side, and that's what we're working on facilitating more, is getting that increased rotation of her pelvis and strength. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Grace Abruzzo, and I'm a student physical therapist, and we're going to be working with Vivian today, who has right-sided weakness from her stroke, which she had a few months ago. So I want to get her rolling in bed so that she is more functional. So the goal for this exercise is patient will roll in bed modified independent by 2 weeks in order to improve functional bed mobility. Okay, Vivian, so I'm going to teach you how to help yourself roll in bed. I want you to use your stronger left side to help your right arm. So go ahead and reach over with your left hand and grab your right arm and interlace your fingers as best you can. Good. Then I want you to take your left foot and tuck it under your right foot and assist that right leg in bringing it up. So go ahead and bend it up as much as you can. Good. Now go ahead and wrap it on the top and pull in more. Good. So let's start by rolling towards me. So I want you to go ahead and reach your arms out towards me. I'm going to put my hand on the back of your shoulder and your scapula and on your hip and trochanter. And I want to do a little segmental roll. So go ahead and look where you're reaching, roll, and then over with the hips. How'd that feel, Vivian? Okay? Okay, so let's go back. So I want you to reach with your hands up towards me, look over, back with your hips. Good. Okay, Vivian, now I want you to roll to the other side. So go ahead and look over with your hands. Reach. Good. And then come back. So I'm just providing some feedback through my hands and helping her facilitate segmental rolling while she's helping herself reach with her hands and her legs.
Hi Vivian, I'm Dulce, your student physical therapist. I'm going to be working on getting you from sideline to sitting today. And in the middle of that, we'll actually have you propped up on that right arm of yours. Okay. So my goals for the patient is to have her transition from sideline to sitting with minimum assist in 2 weeks in order to increase her bed mobility as well as independence in sitting. So use your left leg and hook it under your right. Bring it over the edge of the bed. There you go. So I'll have my hand on your hip and underneath your shoulder. Use this arm to push up. I'll support this arm underneath. On 3, we're just going to have to come on your right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So in this position, she's weight bearing through her right involved limb, and so she's gaining weight bearing as well as proprioception through the involved limb. And then once she's done here, we can finish with position up to sitting. So this is functional because it helps her with her bed mobility and transferring up to sitting, as well as wavering through her right upper extremity. And then now she's in the position to start to learn to sit to stand. So now, Vivian, we're gonna work on you reaching while you're in sitting. So we'll pretend like your alarm clock is here, so in the morning you have to turn it off. So for here, use your left hand to help your right hand. You're gonna be reaching this way, and I'm gonna be helping you. So while you're reaching out this way, I'm going to be helping facilitate on the left side. Okay. Reach down. Flex that side. And then we'll do it for the other side. So now your alarm clock is to your left. This is good for functionally because she's learning to stabilize her trunk as well as weight shifting while she's reaching, and also laterally flexing her trunk and utilizing her right upper extremity more. So the goal with this activity for Vivian is that she'll be able to demonstrate increased right upper extremity mobility in 2 weeks in order to reach her alarm clock by her bedside table.
Okay, Vivian, so now we're going to work on standing up from sitting on your bedside. This goal is for the patient to go from sit to stand with an assist of 1 by 6 weeks in order to perform ADLs and to stand. So I'm going to first work with you on leaning your head over your toes. One thing we like to remember is nose goes over the toes, so that way we can get our body weight forward so we can stand up. Okay, so I'm going to first practice that with you. So let's move your feet back a little bit. I'll help you with your right side. And I'm going to help you and lean forward with you, and we're looking ahead and pushing our nose over our toes. Okay, so I'm going to put my hand on the front of your chest here, and then my other hand on your back to help guide you. Okay, so let's go ahead and lean forward. And then back up. And then I'm going to pull together. We're going to lean forward. Back up. One more time, lean forward. And back up. How's that feel? Good. Okay, so now we're going to work on standing. And I can help you stand while sitting here, but I'm going to choose to stand with you since right now you need a lot of help. And I'm going to go ahead and block your knee here since you need a little help with your right side. And have your arm in a sling because I know you've been having some shoulder pain, and we just want to keep the stability in your shoulder so we don't increase that pain. Okay, so how this is going to happen is I'm going to help with your chest by pulling you down over your toes, and you can lean forward and look ahead. And then I'm going to use my left hand under your right hip, and I'm going to help pull you up into standing. So we want to make sure that your feet are behind your knees. That's probably a little bit too far. There. And I'm blocking your knees. So we're going to go ahead and lean forward. So come on down, lean forward, and go ahead and stand up. Do you feel stable? Okay, so now to go back, we're going to push back with our bottom, lean forward, and do the reverse. You can reach back with your left hand to feel for the mat. Okay, so go ahead and lean forward, push back with your bottom, and going down. Okay. So that's okay, and we'll do that 2 more times just to get practice in. Make sure your feet are okay. Okay, do you need to scoot out a little bit? Okay. With your right side. Okay, so back with your feet. Okay.
Vivian in the parallel bars. We're going to be working on stepping balance using her right leg to go forward and back. This is a functional motion for a gait. We're trying to increase the right lower extremity and stepping balance and improve right pelvis movement that is necessary for functional and safe ambulation. For goals for this patient, we're trying to increase dynamic stepping balance of the right lower extremity within 3 weeks in order to increase right lower extremity stepping balance for functional and safe gait. So for this, we're having the sling off of Vivian because she has a parallel bar to support her upper extremity. She's going to be using the parallel bars for some stability here. We have a gait belt for safety. And I'm having Vivian step, having a shoulder width stepping balance here, just so it's functional standing position. I'm placing my hands on her trochanters and taking a squatted position so I can facilitate movement of her pelvis and her hip extension and flexion. So I'm going to be having you, Vivian, with your right leg, take a step forward. Good. And now back. Good. And what I did right there is I put her pelvis in a posterior tilt so she could facilitate, help facilitate that stepping swing motion for her right leg. Go ahead and do that again. Good. And go back. And again. Good, Vivian. And my left hand is more following her body, her motions, and for stability.